Good morning to all. World Hospice and Palliative Care Day 2025. Theme is Achieving the Promise, Universal Access to Palliative Care. Good morning and a warm greetings to everyone. It is with deep joy and gratitude that I, on behalf of St. Joseph Pain and Palliative Care Center, Chumu, extend a heartfelt welcome to each one of you to this special gathering as we join the global community to celebrate World Hospice and Palliative Care Day 2025. We are greatly honored to have with us our chief guest, Mr. Losito Crow, Chairman, Town Council Chumu. Sir, we warmly welcome you and thank you sincerely for gracing this occasion with your presence and support. Welcome you, sir. A very warm welcome also to our respected speakers and guests of honor, Dr. Tony Bikas Vishwas, HOD and Consultant Palliative Medicine, CIHSR. Welcome you, sir. Dr. Nipuni Attiko, Senior Consultant, Eden Hospital, Palliative Medicine and Geriatric Medicine. Welcome you, sir. Mrs. Amangala, Headmistress, Northtown Higher Secondary School, a valued member of the governing body of our Palliative Care Trust. Welcome you, ma'am. And Reverend Athamso, Pastor, NAP Baptist Church, Chumukadima. Welcome you, sir. We also, your presence and words of wisdom are great inspiration to all of us. Your dedication to the service of humanity and your compassionate involvement in the care of the sick and suffering truly reflect the heart of palliative care. We are blessed and encouraged by your example and your willingness to journey with us in this noble mission. A special welcome to our ward member, Ward GB, Mr. Akam Iyer, the media, Nagaland Post, and all the others who are here. We are especially happy to acknowledge and welcome our special invitees, the pastors of the various Baptist churches in Chumukidima town. Your presence among us today signifies the spirit of unity, compassion, and shared mission in serving humanity with love. I also take this opportunity to warmly welcome Reverend Father Chaco Karindail, Secretary, Commissioner of Health, Diocese of Kohima, who is our mentor, guide, and strong pillar of this center, and all our beloved priests who are gathered here, the religious sisters who are here, our staff, volunteers from different villages, well-wishers and friends, and you, my dear patients, the inmates who are here of St. Joseph Pain and Palliative Care. I extend a warm welcome all of you.
Talk about palliative care, the very day we are observing and celebrating. So, what is palliative care? Many of us know it, many of us do not know it. Many of us have heard of, not even heard of it. Okay, so, but all that we know in general, we say now nothing can be done. A sick person who is treated as now nothing can be done. But that's a wrong concept. There is always something we can do for a patient. Always. There's no time in a patient's life that we can say that now nothing can be done for us. There's always something we can do for a person. As sister said just now, it is not limited only to the medicine. Okay, we can say that now for a patient who is suffering from serious illness, now medical treatment will not cure that person. But that doesn't mean that it ends there. The patient is still there with you. You have to do something to that patient so that the patient gets comfort, and gets relief from his suffering. So what can we do? We have to think beyond medicine. We have to think beyond medical care. As sister said, it's a compassionate care. And compassion comes when we understand a person, not patient. Patient is a person, right? And a person is not just physical. It is also mental, psychological, emotional, and also spiritual. So if everything suffers when a patient is sick. So when a patient has a disease, the physical body suffers, it's emotionally he suffers, psychologically, socially, and even spiritually he suffers. So when we provide palliative care, we provide comfort in every domain of that person. Philosophy of palliative care goes like this. You can see on the screen. You matter because you are you. You matter to the last moment of your life. We are talking about patient. And we will do all that we can. Not only to help you die peacefully, but to live until you die. Now you have to understand the meaning of these words. We are saying these are the words spoken by the founder of modern hospice care, Dame Cicely Saunders. She means that when a person is suffering from a life-threatening illness, meaning that we know that patient is going to die because of this disease, that doesn't mean that's the end. The patient himself or herself should not feel that now he or she is dead. Means died before physical death. Psychologically and mentally, we or the person considers himself or that person as good as dead. No, that is not palliative care says. It says we help a person live until he or she dies, actually dies. Okay, don't start treating a person as good as dead. Take care of that person. Do everything that you can do for that person. not necessarily giving medicine, but also support the person psychologically, socially, emotionally and spiritually. Alright, now we come to the WHO definition of palliative care. So it is an approach that improves quality of life of patients and their families. It is not restricted only to patient, because when a disease comes, the patient alone does not suffer, the entire family suffers. So it is improving quality of life of patients and their family members facing a problem associated with life-threatening illness through the prevention and relief of suffering by means of early identification and impeccable assessment and treatment of pain and other symptoms, other problems. That problems may be physical, psychosocial or spiritual. So this physical, psychosocial and spiritual makes a whole person. And that's why we need to provide holistic care, a whole person care, not just physical, but psychological, social and spiritual. So this is the whole person approach. You can see on the board. This is a symptom management, psychological and spiritual support, and also disease management. Alright, one misconception that palliative care means the treatment is over. No, treatment is not over. Palliative care is provided when a person is diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. It's just at the time of diagnosing, say for example, cancer. So when a person is diagnosed with cancer, we do not know whether this is curable or incurable. Cancer can be treated, it can be cured, but the problem starts. You start providing palliative care, meaning you provide symptom control, and pain control is very important. Some of our patient comes and they do not want to take chemotherapy because they say chemotherapy would have side effects, this, that, they are too weak, they are not able to tolerate it. But what they ask for is, please control our pain. That is enough for us. Don't let us suffer. So symptom control is one of the major aspects of providing palliative care. Not only symptom control, but also because they are suffering psychologically. The moment you come to know that you are having a life-threatening illness like cancer, you can keep yourself or place yourself in that person's position. How would you feel a day when you come to know that you are having cancer? How your today would be different from your yesterday. The entire world would go upside down. You are psychologically and emotionally become very disturbed. That's why just by giving a painkiller will not solve the problem of that person. That person requires emotional and psychological support to face that situation. Their spiritual personality would get disturbed, will get distressed spiritually. Why this happened to me? Whether God is punishing me. am I going to die now? What would happen to me? And socially, you would start thinking, I have children, I have wife or husband or parents, who is going to take care of them? What would happen to them? So the entire personality of a person undergoes distress. So that's why just giving a painkiller is not going to sort out this problem. That person requires holistic care, a whole person care. And in order to provide whole person care, we need a multidisciplinary team. One person cannot provide whole person care. A single doctor or say palliative care doctor alone cannot provide holistic care, the whole person care. We need doctors, of course, we need nurses, we need clinical psychologists, we need social workers, we need care providers, we need spiritual leaders, pastors, fathers, sisters here. We need every possible person who can do something for that person. It may be a neighbor, family member, children at home, everyone. We need a big team. And that's why every person in our society needs to get oriented to palliative care and need to understand what palliative care is. Okay, the time is less, otherwise I can give an example also, we can have a case discussion. But just to brief you, in short, I'll just tell this case. Say for example, one 34-year-old lady who is married, has 2 small children. That lady has cancer of cervix. She was operated 2 years ago, and now today she has severe pain, sleeplessness, and the disease has spread to his bones and urinary bladder. So what would be this lady's problem? She's thinking, will I get cured? Am I dying? Who will look after my family? Can't you do something to save me? What's the problem? Okay, we can say that this lady has cancer, cervical cancer, so that's a problem. But if you see that person as a whole, what do you think is this person's problem? She has multiple problems. Physically, she has pain, severe pain, bone pain. Okay, the cancer has spread to bladder. So there is a problem in voiding urine and all other things. She can't sleep. There is a lack of sleep. So is that her problem? There is a fear and anxiety and uncertainty. What would happen to me? What would happen to my 2 children? What would happen to my family? Socially, she's too weak to work. She can't work at home. She can't cook. She can't go out. She can't do any social work. She can't support her family. Financially, you can imagine she has undergone surgery 2 years ago, and for past 2 years she is getting some or other treatment. We can understand their financial struggles. One cancer surgery in a tertiary center in Guwahati or Calcutta would drain all their finances, and they continue to survive for 2 years, 3 years, and then you can imagine. spiritually, what she can think, what she is undergoing. Why God did this to me? Am I being punished? Or what is going to happen? Not just that, she knows that she is dying now. And the other thing, what would happen after death? What is after death? Will I go to heaven? Will I go to hell? What would happen? Will God accept me or not? So those struggles are there. So if when we say, what is that person's problem who is having a life testing? Now the entire spectrum of problems should come in front of you. So that's why all of us needs to gear up to provide a compassionate. So palliative care, we say, it's a medical care with compassion. So that's what I want you to understand about palliative care.
Very good morning, one night present here at Jibina. I'll just briefly explain about our St. Joseph Pain and Palliative Care Center. St. Joseph Palliative Care Center, SJPC, founded in 2022 by the Catholic Diocese of Kohima, offers holistic and compassionate care for people with chronic and terminal illness. For the terminally ill patients, there is a limit to cure, but no limit to care in our center. We cannot add days to suffering person's life, but to add life, dignity, and hope to their journey. With compassion and love, we walk beside patients and families, bringing comfort, peace, and strength in life's most difficult moments. We, the MSC Sisters of SJPC, dedicate ourselves to make present the merciful love of Christ to all people, especially the sick, the poor, and the least of the brethren, thereby carrying the mission of proclaiming and bringing about the kingdom of God among them. Our care is being given for all the patients, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, language, etc. Care of the sick that flows from the merciful love of Jesus in our mission in the church. The 20-bedded SJPC was inaugurated by the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, and started functioning in the mid-year of 2022. Our vision: through compassionate quality care, bringing healing and wholeness to the people with terminal illness. Our mission: to provide personalized, compassionate, total care that enable the sick to experience comfort and healing. Core values: compassionate service, respect for life, justice to the poor and oppressed, hope, faith and integrity healing, holistic care. Objectives of the mission: to provide holistic institutional care for the people with the chronic and terminal illness, including end-of-life care. To provide home-based palliative care. To impart skills for palliative care to the family members. To empower the volunteers for palliative care through different training programs. Our services: terminally ill care or palliative care. We provide holistic palliative care for patients facing life-limiting illnesses. Our approach focuses on effective pain management, relief from distressing symptoms, and continuous emotional and psychological support. We strive to restore quality of life and dignity, ensuring that patients can live each day with comfort and peace. End of life care. We provide holistic palliative care for patients facing life-limiting illness. Our approach focuses on effective pain management, relief from distressing symptoms, and continuous emotional and psychological support. Home-based palliative care. For patients unable to visit us, our home-based care service ensures they continue to receive professional medical and emotional support in the comfort of their own homes. Our mobile team brings expertise and compassion directly to families, assisting them in caregiving responsibilities while ensuring the patient's dignity and well-being remain a priority. Spiritual therapy. Recognizing that healing extends beyond the physical, we provide spiritual therapy as a vital part of care. Patients and families are supported through prayer, guided reflection, and opportunity for inner peace. This therapy empowers individuals to draw strength from faith and hope, helping them face challenges with a resilience and renewed sense of meaning in life's journey. Physiotherapy. Through gentle physiotherapy, we help patients improve mobility, reduce pain, and maintain independence in daily life. Our programs are tailored to encourage activity without strain, focusing on comfort and confidence. Counseling. Serious illness often bring overwhelming emotional struggles for both patients and their families. Our trained counselors provide compassionate guidance through grief, stress, and uncertainty, creating a safe space where emotions can be expressed openly. This support not only helps patients cope with their fears but also strengthens caregivers, enabling them to continue their role with courage and clarity. Daycare. Our daycare unit provides a welcoming space of comfort, healing, and companionship of patients. Under medical supervision, individuals can participate in engaging activities that encourage creativity and social interactions. Street outreach mission. Inspired by the compassion of Christ, our street mission reaches out to those most forgotten, the poor, abandoned, living on the streets.
I have known this St. Joseph Palliative Care since the inauguration. We were a part of it and it's very much in our heart. I wanted to say a few thoughts on palliative care. How do I started my palliative care journey? 25 years ago, I finished my MBBS and started my medical journey. And then after that, I went for specialization. During my specialization in family medicine, which is like a general medicine, in the final years, I participate in a workshop organized by Christian Medical Association of India, and it was about palliative care. So the mentor, the speaker mentioned some few words that which it take root in me. During my whole internship and during my whole medical studies, I was confused and I was in every discipline. I feel it's equally interesting and I wanted to, which one I wanted to specialize. And finally I choose that family medicine, because family medicine can do everything, anything from womb to doom, as they say. And then in final years of my family medicine, I was introduced to palliative medicine. And he says about that all palliative care is 100% successful, because all palliative care patients die, but they die happy and the family are also happy. If the Bible says that we time to be born and time to die, and it is appointed for us to die one day, why not we talk about it and help people who are in the dying stage? So after specialization in family medicine, I take the course in palliative care, palliative fellowship, and then after that involving in palliative care, I also further moved into geriatric medicine, elderly patient, how to take care of them. Now, the second point I wanted to say that palliative care is not only about that time, but as from the definition which Dr. Tony has mentioned, that it is for people who are in terminal illness or people who need care. And when cure become less, care become more important, comfort become more important. So a foundation from Singapore mentioned about the quality of the death. And also, if we Google and see the best place to die in, you will see where are the conditions, where the best place to die. So India is also now become better. And some they will say, which is the worst place to die in country. They will also give you a list of that. And this, the quality of death has in our country also improved because the palliative care has come. The flame started from the south and start slowly now towards in our own state as well. So we are also now on the palliative care map. And Chumu, it is one which is in a very strategic place. So in the foundation, the Lian Foundation, they mention what are the qualities that of good death. Says palliative care center, establishment of palliative care centers, and the numbers of trained people in palliative care. It could be a doctor, it could be a nurse, it could be volunteers, it could be police, it could be students, and parish volunteers. And the pastoral counseling also plays a major. In all the palliative care, the most important, the core team of palliative care includes not only the doctors, but people, social workers, chaplain, volunteers, nurses, and anyone who can volunteers to help. And the third, they say, the availability of morphine. So if these are fulfilled, then the quality of death has improved. Now I wanted to read out some of the palliative care concepts and some of the words that which the patient have written about palliative care, and to encourage people who are involved in palliative care. As the Bible says, a time to be born, a time to die. I don't want a premature death. So I do a physical activity. I eat very less meat. I eat healthy food. I drive carefully so that I will not die prematurely. I pray that I will not get cancer. I will not get stroke. I will not have a heart attack. But when my time comes, when my time comes, please don't put me to intensive care unit. Don't put me to ventilator. If the chance of survival is bleak for me, the time has come. Instead, comfort me, pray for me, silently or by your support in action. comfort my dear ones. If it is going to be a slow death, help me. Put me and do palliative care center instead of a center where they will connect you to mission, to so many drips, injection, so many electrical wires. I wanted to die peacefully at the comfort. When the dying is near me, the door to heaven, show me the way where I can meet my Savior and await me, instead of trying to prolong my life unnecessarily, because the appointed time has come for me. So palliative care is when they say you have no more cure. The hope of cure has become less. And when I'm in pain, when I'm afraid of pain, and when I'm dying, when I'm breathless, when I'm helpless, and feeling the hope is low, palliative care says, we will care, we will be with you. Palliative care accepts death. Palliative care is death accepting, but life enhancing. Palliative care is patient-centered rather than disease-focused. Palliative care is partnership between patient and family and the caregivers. Patient is healing rather than curing. It is comforting and caring. Palliative care says, you cannot die cured, but you can die healed. To die healed means being able to say or convey, I love you, I forgive you, forgive me, thank you, bye-bye, I'm going. Palliative care is low technology, but high touch and comforting. Palliative care add life to their days, not necessarily days to their life. So, and a book on anthology of life and death. And it says, to let the light in when, as we said, the theme said that, a ray of hope, let it shine to people who are in the problem. So I wanted to read one, which a patient has written to the palliative care nurse. Palliative care is a boon for me. Everyone was happy about my drawing. Everyone was happy about my dancing. I was the happiest girl in my childhood. Everyone blessed me that I will have a bright future. Everyone appreciated my growth in my profession. I was the happiest lady in my adulthood. Everyone says that abnormal growth in my breast was the cancer. Everyone suggested I may go to here and there for treatment. I was broken. Why is this punishment for me? Am I not going to see my daughter's marriage? Everyone suggested to me to tonsure my scalp hair. Everyone scared me that I would lose my hair like leaf falling off a tree. Is that because of drugs given for uncontrolled growth in my breast? Everyone was telling me cancer pain is unmanageable. I was intolerable to the words and action of others. everyone moved away from me because of bad odor, bad smell. Everyone showing faces because of the oozing from the ulcer. Everyone was busy with their business. I was the one bearing the excruciating pain from my lymphedema. No one suggested going to palliative care, but God showed me them to me. Oh my God. Everyone on the palliative care team were incredible. Everyone's approach was remarkable. I slept that night after many years. Yes, because of the wonder drug morphine. I am relieved from my excruciating pain. Yes, because of the white angels charcoal perfume dressing. I am relieved from bad odor. Yes, because of impeccable dressing. I am relieved from the oozing wound. I am happy to move around confidently. I am sure I got my new energy. That would help me to see my daughter's marriage. Yes, palliative care is a boon for me. Written by a patient to a palliative care nurse in one of the Ames hospital where the palliative care center. I'll try to end. Palliative care, I'm very happy that the children are involved. The schools are getting involved. When Lady Diana died, we were small. And then his children, they were also small. But they were also allowed to participate in the mother's funeral. But most of us, we shield the children and tell them that, tell lie about death, what is death. But they all participate, and then that was perfectly incorporated into child support in bereavement. We can see and Google and see Western wish. Here it's a 15-year-old cancer patient wrote about how he has not been informed about his problem and has been going around. Here I am, back again, these four walls closing on me. Though they are brightly animated colors, which cannot erase the stench of disinfectant, nor can superheroes save me from my fate. I was here 5 years ago, lived here for 2. They poke me with needles endlessly, all the while looking at me with pity. And I lay watching the colorless drip into me. I was told to visit every year. I always had a good report. Till one day I was told to stay on. I couldn't understand the harshest whispers of my parents, retreating to a corner to weep silently. More doctors and more nurses came to my bed. They said, experiment was the only words I could make out. They conferred seriously among themselves, then walked away with shaking their heads. But no one cared to explain everything to have confused me. I am beginning to feel worse and so tired. Gradually they stopped visiting in their groups. Mother was the only one who kept me company. Now I perceive that I shall never live here. I just wish those around me would break their conspiracy of silence. So it's about a child who wanted to know about what is happening. So I wanted to conclude. A child in his class 7,
Most respected Chief Guest, Sri Losito Kro, and colleague, Ma'am Mwala, most respected fathers, Reverend fathers and sisters, pastors, medical professionals, volunteers, invitees, students, and inmates of the center. It's a tremendous privilege to be here amidst dignified personalities, and I'm grateful to the sisters for giving me this privilege. It's my pleasure to be part of the palliative care movement under St. Joseph Palliative Care Center, Chumu, and also to partake in the observance of World Day of Hospice and Palliative Care 2025. Well, I'm not from a medical background, neither a science background. So I don't stand here to talk about treatments, prognosis, or medical care. Instead, I want to talk about something more fundamental, that is, what it means to be human in the face of suffering. Reflecting on the quotation shared by Dr. Tony by Dame Cicely Sunders, the founder of the modern hospice movement, you matter because you are you, and you matter to the end of your life. As a non-medical person, this is the core of what hospice and palliative care means to me. It's the profound commitment to remember that beyond the diagnosis, beyond the illness, there is a person with a story, with family and friends, and with a deep inherent value that doesn't diminish in the final chapter of life. Today, we honor the incredible medical professionals who use their expertise and skill to manage pain and symptoms. But we also celebrate the essential part of the volunteers, that is the non-medical care, the simple, profound acts of human kindness. It is the volunteer who reads to a patient, the friend who sits in quiet companionship, and the family member who holds a hand. These are not small gestures. They are the foundation of what it means to be truly cared for. On this Hospice and Palliative Care Day, I want to leave 3 thoughts that don't require a medical degree. First, remember the humanity. The purpose of palliative care is not to lengthen or shorten life, but to improve its quality so the time remaining can be as comfortable and peaceful as possible. We can all be part of this mission by seeing the whole process and the holistic needs, whether physical, psychological, social, or spiritual. Second, practice the art of presence. In a world of rushing and doing, one of the greatest gifts we can offer is simply being there, being present and listening without judgment. It is a powerful way to show love and respect. Sometimes, the most important words are, I am here with you. Third, spread awareness and normalize the conversation. Our society often avoids talking about serious illness, dying and grief. By talking openly about hospice and palliative care, we can help ensure that more people receive this crucial service earlier in their journey when they can be most effective. In closing, let us embrace the beautiful and difficult moments of life with empathy. Let this day be a clarion call to all stakeholders of the society, from lay leaders to religious leaders, organizations to individuals, to advocate the cause. So, if you have time, volunteer at the hospice. If you have means, support the organization that champions this cause. Let's pledge to support hospice and palliative care, not just this day, but every day. Let's commit to touching lives and holding hands, and to ensuring that everyone facing a life-limiting illness knows that their life to the very end is meaningful, and that they are not alone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I bring warm greetings on my behalf and on behalf of Police Hospice Church Chumu. And I also like to thank the organizer for giving me this wonderful platform to share with all the dignitaries that is here and with the wonderful people of God. Sister Travis has asked me to communicate in Vietnamese since the gathering will be a mixed community. So I hope it will be comfortable for you if I speak in Vietnamese so that everybody will understand. And moreover, some of the inmates are also here with us and they can understand Vietnamese. So the rest of my speech will be in Vietnamese. This will be comfortable, okay? আমি ডাক্তারকে নহয়, এতিয়া মিছ মেডাম পৰা কোৱা নিচিনা বাই টেকনিকেল পইণ্ট অফ ভিউ পৰা কি হৈ আছে আজি বাইবেলো শ্বেয়াৰ কৰিবলৈ মন আছে। So I want to read one Bible passage, এটা Bible পঢ়িবলৈ মন আছে। 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8 কৈ আছে, if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. যদি কোনোবা পৰা নিজৰ মানুহ কাৰণে চাব নিজৰ মানুহকে চাব নাপাৰে, স্পেচিয়েলি তাৰ লগা ঘৰ মানুহ ভাঙি হাউচহোল্ড ভাঙি চাব নাপাৰে বোলে তাই আমি লগা বিশ্বাস আমি কি বিশ্বাস নকৰা মানুহ নহ'লে তাইতো বিশ্বাস নকৰা মানুহৰ বাবে চবচে বিয়া আছে এনেকুৱা আছে, worse than an unbeliever. We are all children of God. ঈশ্বৰ আমি kan সব একটা family বনাইছে। When I say about also, we like a family like what happened as a human being. আমি kan সব ঈশ্বৰ বনামা। ঈশ্বৰ লগত সৰে আমি kan সব we are all brothers and sisters. আমি kan ঈশ্বৰ লগত সৰে আছে। কিন্তু ব্ৰা ঈশ্বৰ লগত কি কৈ আছে? আমি kan ব্ৰা নহয় কি চাব না পাৰিলে দুখ খাংগে আমি kan চাব না পাৰিলে মদত কৰিব না পাৰিলে we are denying the truth. আমি kan ঈশ্বৰৰ বিশ্বাস আছে নিকা কোৱানিছিনা। কিন্তু ব্ৰা কিন্তু kan নিছিনা কি চাবলৈ দলে আমি kan সব লগা ৰেসপন্সিবল আছে। আজি চাৰ্চ আছে বেছিভাগ আমি kan পলপিতে আমি kan এমফাসাইজ কৰি না we talk of from the pulpit of God, share the word of God. ঈশ্বৰ আমি kan পলপিত পাৰছি। আসল মিনিষ্ট্রিটো আজি দুখী আছে দুখী মিনিষ্ট্রি কামাই আছে। কিন্তু আমি সব রেসপন্সিবল আছে। চার্চেস শুড কাম ফরওয়ার্ড ইনিগাতে আমি kan মদত কৰিব লাগি civil societies kan different organization kan club kan আছে আজি অলগ club society kan আছে কিন্তু kan ইনিগাতে হাত আহিলে কিমান ভাল না আসল মিনিষ্ট্রিটো আছে তো ঈশ্বৰ কাম মিনিষ্ট্রি বলিটো আছে কিন্তু আজি আমি খুশি পাই আছে মই এতিয়া কিমান দিনে থাকি আছে 2022 di college কৈছে তো কলেবি কিন্তু থাকা আমি না জানি day before yesterday কি আছে Travis Mula for আছে কিন্তু জানি কি মই itu আছে নিয়ম জানি যদি মই রিয়েলাইজ কৰিছি তাই আমি কালি itu tapi না জানি না থাকি আছে নেকি ইমান তা না না জানি না থাকি আছে নেকি মানে I feel very guilty কিন্তু আজি যদি আমি চ্যালেঞ্জ দিবলৈ মন আছে কিমান জনাই মন আছে আমি kan berarti manu ki nga care para na ঈশ্বৰ লগা chance de it's God's will or ঈশ্বৰ ৰাতি খুশি আছে de why I'm not saying that pulpit neglect will be important will be beyond pulpit service to extend global. We need to go and reach out to such people. Mark chapter 2, verse 1 decided. At that paralyzed mano, bimar pura thagisido. Bimar pura thagisido. Tayo ko na pare, hindi ko na pare. Kung may isora ko sudo na jabole mo na sudo. So some friends came. Charles na ikana, Luigi sudo isora ko sudo. Kung may isora ko sudo Luigi, yung corporate na jabole na pare. Kili crowded thagisido. Jabole rasta na ito. Kung may jangan ber सब रास्ता बिसारी के ना लास्ट तो और ऊपर दे जाएगा ना रूफ तो भंगाई देगा ना रूफ पूरा जो मानो की पूरे हम देगा इस वाला बात सुनो पूछा किसी कि ये इस वाला ताकि फाल बुरिश itu kami kan perlu pari itu sih kami kan society alak-alak churches kan bro itu mesti kami kan bro rasta kami kan bagi kau pari sih alu aja tak kan bagi rasta kuliah sih itu saya kan kami tak hanya itu si bayar sih isor bro boleh kan itu laga sender ke bless kuribo aru bishi lamba jabo na biswas kuri ase aru ede patients kan impact kan kiman jona ase don't lose hope of things only isor ase dei isor ba mi kan sab ke rasta kuri dibo phal kuri isor laga ati ase kile mane Luke chapter 1 verse 37 dikhi ase for we got nothing is impossible isor laga sori na ikko bhi na para na yo mura mane bhi jinda pura isor ase dei ido ba isor ki biswas kuri bi अपने का मन तमाम बड़ा थी भी या कि थका दम थी अपना डिस्करेशन हो रही थी अब इधर फाल ना हो बोले कि इनका ना कभी भी ईश्वर की विश्वास रखी भी ईश्वर बाबू ने कि फाल बुरी को और अभी विश्वास ऐसे अपने यदि किसी चीज में कोई लेना फाल लेना जो पढ़े जिले जब वो विश्वास हमारा रखी तो प्रार्थना रखी थी ऐसे थैंक यू
Today we are gathering here, sitting here to observe and also to celebrate the World Day of Hospice and palliative care. So, commemorating this, I just want to request all those who are here, let us take one palliative exercise, because we are sitting here for quite long. May I request all of us to please stand on our feet. This is one of the exercise being imparted in the Palliative Care Trust. Thank you. You may be seated, please. I have, before coming here, I have two very important and special names in my mind, which I would like to share with you. Sister Teres and Reverend Father Chumu. Their names and these two persons are very special. They even conferred to me a title called Baba when they first came and met me in the office for this program. So, taking the advantage as a Baba of Chumu town, I simply accepted the invitation just to come and give a small token of blessings, because as far as hospice and palliative care is concerned, this is the first time I come across what is pain and palliative. Madam Amongla has just said she was not a medical professional, but she was a professional teacher. She has shared many things from her own professions. Our brother Reverend Pastor has also shared from spiritual point of view. We had two doctors who had already shared with us from the medical point of view. So you have left nothing for me. You have shared everything. And therefore, I'm very happy that I will not say much words. I will not take much long. Palliative Care Trust, undertaken by the Catholic Society, is perhaps the best and the fittest society, because given to understand this morning that palliative care is something not only to do with treatment and then giving treatment and then giving medicine to the patients, but there are many other things that comes under palliative, where an ever smiling medical sisters, especially from the Catholic Society, this is very matching and suitable for you. Maybe yes, although there may be palliative and then hospice center and units in other places, run by other members or other societies. But this type of treatment, we need a very dedicated, very committed and God-fearing, spiritual and ever-smiling sisters, because through such treatments, patients as well as their families can be benefited in many areas. And therefore, I give full credit, I give full respect to the palliative care run by the Catholic Society. Further, given to understand that this hospice and palliative care trust is the only one, first and only one so far initiated in Nagaland and under the mentorship of Father Chaco. Father Chaco, he may not know me very intimately, but I know him very intimately because he was not a new father in He mingles with everyone. You know, in our church, when we entrust the young girls and the young boys to do the manual jobs, ushers, whatnot and all, it is he, Father Chaco. He does all those parts. He is the man, down to earth, mingles with everyone. That is why I really admire him. He is people friendly with everyone. And I wish him long life and then success in future. My dear friends, as I say, as far as palliative care and hospice is concerned, I have nothing to say because we have already shared what is to be shared. I only stand here to convey on behalf of the people of Chumu, being the Baba, glad tidings of great joy and our blessings to those who have gathered here, and especially to the inmates and host of medical nurses and others remaining and running this institution. I have gone around with Father Chaco. I am really impressed. I'm really impressed the care given by Saint Joseph Palliative Care. As I said earlier, when they came to me to grace this as the guest, pain and palliative, I was taken by surprise because pain and palliative, what is that? I don't know anything. And they said, you don't say anything on that. There are many who will say, who will share. You just come and then be the chief guest. This is the area I mostly frequent while coming up and down to the office. Yes, of course. I often see the big signboard, pain and palliative. But you know, I never give a serious thought. What is this? Today only, I came to know that palliative care is something which we need to educate and create awareness to our people. Therefore, on behalf of the Chumu Town Council, I request I assure the Palliative Care Center of St. Joseph that from today onwards, we will stand and cooperate with you as your approval consultant. We will tell our people to come here, visit, and then get the benefit out of the service you are rendering. Well, my dear friend, I have no much things to say, as I said. So with this, I once again wish the institution all the best, and with this, I wind up my speech. Thank you.
We thank you for inspiring us to gather together. We thank you for all the people who have come, especially Mr. Rashito, the chairperson, and his colleagues.